Hi, here we are on Monday, April 27th. Today we're going to finish Chapter 12. Quiz 8-9 is due tonight, which is Monday at 10 p.m. Have any questions? A number of people have contacted me. Google Hangout, no problem. There's a whiteboard. We're also going to begin Chapter 13, the definite integral. All right, so that's our last chapter. And today we're going to do some examples, and here's one of, this is the indefinite integral. Some examples of the indefinite integral. Just a little bit, int is integral. Okay, so we have integral of dy is integral of x squared minus 4x divided by the square root of x third minus 6x squared plus 2x. So now we have a trinomial here. So let's, same way, this is going to be the chain rule of integration. And once again, what is that? If I'm given dy is the integral of a u to the n f of x, which is a function of x, or it can be a constant, dx, then integrating we get y equals a u to the n plus 1 f of x, that could be a constant, remember, over du dx. So this tells us that from this thing we have to find a, u, and f of x, and then du dx. Now, we cannot handle a square root, so I'm going to change this to the integral of dy, going to be equal to the integral of x squared minus 4x divided by x third minus 6x squared plus 2 to the 1/2. Now let's bring this up into the numerator, if you always want to do. And in order to do that, we have to negate the power. And add the differential dx. So now this is what we're going to define a, u, and f of x du dx here. So I'm going to let, because a equals 1, it's what's in front of here. Now u goes into the polynomial that has the power not equal to 1. Okay, so that's going to be x third minus 6x squared. So x third minus 6x squared plus 2. N equals minus 1/2. And f of x is the attachment to here, x squared minus 4x. So now we have...
U equals? It says a equals 1, and then the second one
Oh,
is
u equal, yeah, okay. And so now we have everything except du dx, which is a simple differential, 3x squared minus 12x. So now we have everything we need, a, u, and f of x du dx. So this is just, we're going to plug in. We'll call this 1. All right. So let's erase the top board here and see what we get. All right, so y is going to be equal to a, which is 1. U to the u to the minus 1/2 plus 1 divided by minus 1/2 plus 1. F of x, which is x squared minus 4x divided by du dx, which is 3x squared minus 12x. And you got to add on the c because this is the indefinite integral. All right. So y is going to be equal to u to the 1/2 divided by 1/2. Now here we have to factor out a 3. So that gives us x squared minus 4x. Factoring out a 3, 3 times x squared minus 4x plus c. By factoring out a 3 allows us to cancel the top and the bottom. When I bring this to the top, it becomes a 2. And we have a 3 in the denominator. Let's put the u in now. And u is equal to x third minus 6x squared plus 2. And there's our answer. Very simple. Figure out what integration rule you want to do. Chain rule. Set it up in a form where we can integrate. Define all the necessary variables and constants in the chain rule. And plug it in. This has got to be a minus. No, that's plus. I'm sorry, that's right. No. So it's plus 1/2. Minus 1/2 plus 2/2 is 1/2. So it's 2/3. And that's your answer. No fuss, no muss. No matter what you have here, you get the same answer. This should help you with a couple of problems on the quiz. Okay. We're going to do another. And I think this is going to be a point of clarification right now. No, let's do another one. Let's do one with the exponential. Some of you seem to have trouble with the exponentials. This is going to be 2x e to the x squared dx. All right, notice we have two functions here. We have 2x and e to the x. We have to here use the exponential integration rule. And let's write that down. Given y equals a e to the u f of x dx, then that's going to be this. Then y is going to be equal to a e to the u f of x divided by du dx plus c. All right, so once again, we just have to define our terms from here. So if you let a equals 2, now u in an exponential is always whatever's in the power. If it's x squared, it's x squared. If it's x squared minus 4, it's x squared minus 4. Whatever e is raised to becomes du. So here, in fact, let's make this a little bit. It doesn't really change anything. Let's make it like that. Okay, so u is going to be equal to x squared minus 1. So that's raised to a binomial power. That's a 1, looks like a 2 right now. Okay, and f of x is going to equal to x. Okay, that's the attachment. And I want to find du dx, which is 2x. So now I have a, I have u, I have f of x, and I have du dx. A, u, f of x, du dx. So now I'll call this 2. So now we plug into 2. So y is going to equal to a, which is 2. E to the u, which is the same thing as it was before. That really doesn't change. F of x is x divided by 2x plus c. Notice what happens here. The 2's cancel, the x cancels, and you simply have here e x squared minus 1 plus c. And that's your answer unless you wanted to find the c. Now, I'm going to find the c supposing y is equal to y of x. So let's use this. Let's call this 3. And I'm going to erase this. This was the last problem. And let's see, to find c. Well, to find c, I need more information. So they would have to provide me with some more information. So we're going to let this happen. We're going to make changes to y as a function of x, which I can, because it is. I just shorthand, I leave it out. But actually, y is supposed to be a function of x. You can leave it out if you don't have to find c. So suppose they're given this. Okay, when x equals 0, y 0 equals 211. All right, so let's go back into our y of x equals e to the x squared minus 1 plus c. Okay, let's see what we have here. Y0, I know, is equal to 211. Now this is going to be e to the 0 squared minus 1 plus c. All right, it's minus 1.
And the plus c is not in the exponent, right?
Yep, let's do that better. E to the 0 squared plus 1 plus c. That's going to be e, that's minus 1, sorry. Minus 1, e to the minus 1 plus c. Well, go to your calculators. I changed this problem around, so my answer's changing. That's why I have to go do my calculator again. So you go to second division sign, and you raise that to minus 1. Enter, and it's 0.367. So 211 equals 0.367 plus c. So c is going to be 211 minus 0.367. All right, so let's just take minus 211. And it's 210.6. All right, so once we have c, we can now develop the whole function. And y of x will then equal e raised to the x squared minus 1 plus 210.6, and voila, there's your answer. So now if I ask you find y when, 1 minute, x equals 5, and then we y of 5 equals e 5 squared minus 1 plus 210.6. So y of 5, we'll come back and finish this because my time is up for this first 15 minutes.